Hello artists, here's how you're going to do this Happy Earth Day activity. Start off by writing your name at the top before you do anything else with your pencil. Then you're going to take your strips of construction paper that have been stapled to your paper, and you're just going to hold onto the paper and you're just going to tear the strips away. Then you can separate the strips because we want to tear them one at a time to really practice our fine motor skills. We're not going to tear them all at once, so just separate them and put them down on your desk like that. And then decide which color do you want to tear first, or you can even go out of order, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to start with red. Now, when you tear your paper, it's important that you match up your thumbs, just like this. Pinch, pinch, and I'm going to pull one hand towards me and one hand away, and I'm going to rip. If your thumbs aren't touching, if you're doing it like this, it's going to be trickier. So you have to pinch, pinch, rip, about size like that, and just make a little pile of that color. Pinch, pinch, one hand towards you, one hand away, rip. Pinch, pinch, rip. Pinch, pinch, rip. It's easier too if your thumbs are at the top rather than in the middle or even at the bottom. You're still going to have trouble. So pinch at the top, rip. Pinch, pinch, rip. Pinch, pinch, rip. Make sure none of your pieces are too big. And then move on to the next piece. I know you're super smart and you could just stack up a whole bunch and do it all at the same time. But we really want to practice our fine motor skills, so that's why it's important that we just rip and tear one strip at a time. You're going to keep going until you've ripped all 9 of your strips, and you can separate them out into different piles for your colors. You're going to have red for your heart, that's what the R's are for, R's for red. You're going to have green for the land on earth, all the G's are for green, and the B is for blue, for the water. So you decide which color you want to do first. You're going to use your glue stick, and you don't want to roll it up too high. That's just about enough. Just a itty bit over the top. You can always keep rolling it up, but if you roll it up too high, you know what happens. It falls out. So don't let that happen to you. So you're just going to swipe, swipe, done, and stick on the paper. I want to cover all of those R's with my red paper. Swipe, swipe, done, stick on the paper. Swipe, swipe, done, stick on the paper. And it's okay if your red paper goes outside the lines, that's okay. We just want to make sure we cover up all of those R's. You can just silently say to yourself, swipe, swipe, done, stick on the paper. When you finish covering all of your R's, you may still have some leftover red pieces, in which case, look for any big white spots that you can fill in with those extra red pieces. We don't want to let them go to waste. And make sure to look on the floor too. Did you accidentally drop a piece or two? We don't want to leave any scraps behind, so make sure that you look around your area and pick up any pieces that may have fallen. Use them all up. Now you can move on to the next color. Some of these areas are pretty small and it might overlap on the lines or overlap letters, and that's okay. You just do the best that you can to cover those letters with the right color. There are some small areas that are hard to get to, and that's okay if you want to take one of your pieces and even rip it in half again. That might help you feel like you're not overlapping too much, but don't be afraid to overlap. That's okay. See how my blue is going over the top of some of these green parts? That's okay. Don't worry about that. But feel free to rip any pieces in half again if you're trying to get into a really small space, like that one right there. Just like that. And make sure you covered all the letters, and then if you have extra pieces, look for big white spaces like right here that I can take care of so we have no pieces left over. When you're all done, double check and make sure there's no little pieces of construction paper under your desk or anywhere under your paper or anything. Then roll your glue stick all the way down and put the cap back on. Listen for the click. All of your gluing should be done on this paper. That means you're putting the glue down on this white piece of paper and you're sticking the construction paper on top. So there shouldn't be any glue on your desk. Make sure you're not leaving a mess and leave your collage to dry. Have fun!